Well, good morning, badasses. It is Mindset Monday, and today I want to talk about annihilating your financial glass ceiling. I think what a lot of us haven't realized is when we are in university, we are told, okay, here's the path that you need to take. You need to get your degree, your diploma, your PhD, whatever it is, and then you need to get the job and hopefully do a good job at it and play the game so that you can climb the corporate ladder. And then once you get to the top, you've reached a ceiling of income. And the truth is that ceiling of income is only in the corporate world. It's only in those positions that are built out for us. You can blast way past that as an entrepreneur. Now, what I see is even though people understand that concept and they've seen other people do that, they don't realize that within them, they've already internalized that financial glass ceiling that was given to them when they were in university, when they were trying to get themselves rolling, get their education, and start doing the things that they needed to do to maximize their financial potential. But that financial potential as a professional within someone else's business is not your full potential. It's only the potential within that corporate structure. But when I see people trying to pivot to profitable entrepreneurship, they tend to go, okay, well, I want to replace that income. And they know that they can get past that, but they keep bumping up against that income that they previously made if they get to that point. And what happens is to be able to get past that, we need to deprogram what we learned. So that psychological number that we've been given that, if you do all the things right and you climb, you're going to get to this point is just a number from your past. So we need to actually reset that as to what you actually want to achieve. And you know what? There's lots of idiots out there who are achieving far more than you are achieving right now. And they maybe aren't as dedicated, they aren't as passionate, they aren't as committed to what they're actually doing, and yet they're able to blast way past the number that you have internalized. And so you need to start realizing that you are worth more than what you were previously thinking you were because of that structure that you were handed to when you were getting your education. And it takes a while to deprogram that. It takes a while to get rid of that and start realizing that you can leverage what you've got right now at a much higher level than within a corporate structure. If you are willing to teach people what you've done to achieve on your journey, and you can take what has been happening between your ears naturally, unfairly naturally, and be able to show people how you've done that, that's where you can really start to pivot to a higher level of profitability. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs who are already entrepreneurs, but they talk a big game, and then when we dig into their numbers, they're not doing as well as they're trying to portray as they are. And for them to have to admit that, that's hard. But when I look at where that ceiling that they're at right now came from, again, oftentimes it comes from that programming that we achieved when we were trying to achieve our education. So it takes a while to undo that and start to be able to set those new abilities to hit a higher profitability. And eventually you can annihilate that glass ceiling. So you can make as much as you want in the time that you want. It does take time. It's not going to be instant. But if you put the right parameters in place, you put the right steps in place, and you follow a program and you start changing your mindset around it. You start changing how you are approaching your ability to make an income and the kind of impact that you want. And usually the more impact you make, the more income you're going to have. Mostly because you're going to be darn excited about what you're doing. You're no longer going to be kind of going, oh, do I have to do this today? Do I not have to do this today? Instead, you're going to be excited to do it. And when you're excited to do it, that takes you to a completely different level in what you're actually going to be able to achieve financially. You're going to be able to achieve professionally. You're going to be able to achieve personally. Sorry about that. And it all comes together. It all comes together in one big interconnected mindset in our brain. So we really do need to look at shifting that, look at where our mindsets come from, and start being able to blast through that. Of course, you need the tools to be able to do that. That's obvious. If you haven't been able to achieve much as an entrepreneur, you need some mentorship. You need an education program to get you to the next level. But to get to that next level, it's not just about the tools, unfortunately. It's about, transforming how you think about things. And what has gotten you to where you are today, that level of success that you've achieved, is probably not actually going to serve you to get to that next higher level of achievement that you want. And that can be really hard to accept because, if you have been able to consistently be good at a certain level, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is not the right mindset, now I have to transform. If you've been doing that and you're now mid 40s, mid 50s, and you're looking at, I'm going to be retiring out of my profession in the next 10 years and I want to do something different, it is a big identity shift. It is a big mindset transformation to actually get to doing the things that are going to get you to that next level. So it can be hard to take. It can be hard on your ego because, sometimes it feels like an old dog learning new tricks. But once you get it, and it's just a matter of practice, mindset is a matter of practice. Acquiring new tools to be able to get to where you want to go is a practice. And so you have to be willing to put in the hours, do the things. Don't just sit and be like, oh, I hope this is going to happen. Instead, you actually need to take the actions to get to where you want to go. But a lot of it has to come back to that mindset, going back and figuring out where it started, how you can move it forward to where you actually want to be in your future, and start evolving yourself to be that person that you want to be, not trying to stay exactly as who you are and achieve something different, because those are incongruent things. Who you are right now with what you've achieved right now is not the same person who's going to achieve these bigger things. If you are really wanting to break through and annihilate your financial glass ceiling as an entrepreneur, join my next challenge. It's called the Pivot to Profitable Entrepreneurship Challenge. For 5 days, we will be annihilating those barriers and really digging deep and getting vulnerable about what is happening that is keeping you where you are today and preventing you from getting to where you want to go. And it's just this little ceiling that you have there that you maybe even haven't realized is there, that you're bumping up against. And once you annihilate that, get it out of the way, then really your financial potential is limitless. So I'm going to drop the link for that in the comments. So make sure you check that out. It is happening the first week of October, and I hope to see you all there. Take care, and I'll see you next Monday.